Let me show you a real example of an API in the real world. APIs are a way for us to communicate with other applications. You want to build an application and you want to get data from another application, or you want to just communicate with a different application or a different software, right? So in this example, let's say you want to create an e-commerce website and you don't want to build the backend. You can build the whole thing, but why would you if there is an API that can handle all of the backend for you? So I'm going to show you a real example of an API called WooCommerce. It's the most popular API for WordPress. It's a WordPress plugin technically. That if you want to say, let's say you want to create your own front end, you want to create your own site that looks good, but you want to use an API that already exists. So you would create an app and you would have WooCommerce API running on some server. You basically have WordPress running on some server, and your application is going to send a request and a response, request and a response, right? So now that you understand that, this is what the request and response looks like. Here, this is an example of a request that says fetch products. The front end, let's say you want to display all products. So you're going to make an API call to the backend saying, hey, give me products. So in a different video, we'll talk about all the components, but I just want to show you an example here. So you would have a URL and the resource, basically that's where the request is sent to, and you have the data. So this is a JSON data that you're going to send. So I'm saying, give me products that are on sale and just give me one product only. And I'm going to make a request. When I hit send, this API is going to be sent over and the server just responded back. It took it 1 second basically to respond, and we got the information that we need. So now our application can take this information and just parse the data and do whatever it needs to do with it. So right now what I just did here is I manually made the API call. This tool I'm using is called Postman. I'll create a bunch of videos on that. Postman is a really popular tool to make API calls manually, to test APIs. And that's what I just did here. So if I make another call, let's say instead of getting one product, I want to get 20 products. Then I'm going to hit send. I send a request to the server responded back. It took less than a second and I got 20 products, right, that are on sale. Now my application can use this information. So this is a real e-commerce application or e-commerce API that we can use to build an e-commerce app. We just worry about the front end, how the front end looks like. And for the back, we can use an existing API and we just have a full-blown e-commerce website, right? So this is just an example. I'm going to create a bunch of more videos showing different kinds of APIs, even AI APIs, just showing you, giving you exposure to what APIs are, because I know you hear about it all the time. So make sure you follow so you can learn more.